Welcome to the Hmong Peeps Show, the one and only show that brings you ordinary people sharing extraordinary insights. Well, maybe. Here is your host, Chew Effin Lee.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Chew. Happy Friday to everybody out there. I am feeling a lot of pain at this point, physical pain. And it's because I have started to go out to the gym again and start working out. I started working out at the gym a lot a couple years ago, actually, and it felt great. But last September, I strained my shoulder. I think I hyperextended my shoulder, and so I haven't gone to the gym ever since October. And I started to, test out my shoulder. I didn't go to physical therapy or anything like that, but, I have a little total gym at home, and I, started to feel out my shoulder to see if I can still handle it, and it felt like I was able to do it. So this past Tuesday, I went to the gym, and I got into the zone, if you guys want to call it that, and I didn't stretch enough or maybe properly, and I worked on my biceps, and it hurts like hell. So the last couple of days, my left arm, like my arm and my forearm, it's at a 90-degree angle, and I can't really extend it to 180 or push it in, bend it farther than a 40 or a 90-degree angle, and it's been bothering me quite a bit. So I need some physical healing, and I'm hoping that I can go back to the gym this weekend. But the way it feels right now, I might be out for a week, and that sucks. But I remember this past Tuesday when I was done with the gym, it felt awesome. I felt like a beast. But prior to going to the gym, I looked like I ate a beast. I probably still look like I ate a beast. Well, I'm trying to change that. So hopefully my arm will heal fast so I can get back into the gym and start working out again. And speaking of healing, today I wanted to talk about healing. And today, as far as like healing goes, there's many types of healing, and I may have talked about this briefly before, but some of us who are venturing into this spiritual journey and development, we often think about healing as possibly, or not possibly, we think of it more as a physical healing, such as if somebody got hurt and they have a physical pain or physical wound, then they can come to us and we can heal them. That's not always the case. When we think about shamans, they tend to heal the spirit. And for those of us who are not going the shaman route, we do, heal the spirit as well. But I want to talk about healing in more of a way that we probably take for granted all the time. And the simplest gift that we all have is the gift of listening. Yes, I know some of you might be thinking, true, that's not fun. That's no fun. Listening is not fun. It's not really healing, but it is healing. I mean, think of a time when you were going through a lot of, dark times, and there was just that one person who happened to lend you an ear, who was willing to listen to you vent for maybe 5 minutes, maybe all night long or whatever. I mean, after that vent session, it took some weight off your shoulders, and you felt some healing from that session. And you've probably had other people tell you how you've helped them take a load off their shoulders by just listening to them as well. So don't take that for granted. I know some of you are very eager to step up your game and do healing on a higher level, But this goes back to appreciating and, being grateful for the gifts that you already have, which is, in this case, listening to people. I often get a lot of people who, I see a lot of people who, when we have these 30-minute sessions to 60-minute sessions, and sometimes they have a question for me, and then that question, is followed up with a story. And at the end of the story, before I could even answer the question, a spiritual answer for them, they already, there's a change in how they look already and feel. Their energy changed because I listened to them for 5 minutes or maybe 10 minutes. And yeah, some questions, when people ask me a question, it does take 5 to 10 minutes for them to fully ask me it. And a question should just be a sentence, right? But when they follow it up with a story, it can go for a long time. So anyway, when I am in these sessions, I see how powerful listening can be. And they, of course, are not paying the fee to have me listen to them, but it's more about them as far as like how they want to be healed. And if them telling you a story is going to help them heal, then so be it. You don't always have to think about, man, I better answer all their 50 questions or however they have. It's more of, okay, let's get some things off your chest. And then, of course, when they're done with their 10-minute story and one sentence question, then I'll give them an answer. But sometimes the healing has already been done, 50% by just listening to that story that they've shared. And think about it for yourself too. When you are dealing with some tough, issues in your life, again, when you share your story and you want to get to the point, but it takes a while to get to the point, and once you do get to the point, take a moment and think about how that felt, just to be able to get that out. All right? So listening is a very, very powerful gift. Again, please do not take that for granted. And then the other healings are the spiritual healing. If for those of you who are shamans, you go heal the spirit, and same thing for those of us who don't do it that way, but we still heal the spirit to some degree. It can be tricky because you have to, focus on what's really going on, what's the real issue at hand. But the healing does not last forever, because we have to think about it this way too. If somebody came to me with a very, very sad story that they got hurt, let's just say relationship-wise, right? And they have a broken heart, or they might think a broken spirit because of the broken heart. Well, if after they talk with me and we have our session and they feel healed, it's not a guarantee that they're going to be healed forever, because guess what? That relationship might end and they might find a new relationship. And then from that new relationship, they might get hurt again. And then they're going to experience that pain all over again, or maybe even more intense. So healing is not something that's going to be guaranteed. There's going to always be bumps in the road that's going to create pain for all of us. And I hate it when gifted people say that they can heal somebody forever. This will work for you forever. Same thing for protection, things like that. For protection, let's look at it this way. If somebody comes to you, and I'll share with you guys some stories here. When people come to me for spiritual protection, I can provide that for them, but I don't control what they do after they leave my house or they leave the establishment where we had our session, because they keep engaging in risky behaviors, or they go to places that's not safe spiritually, and they get spiritual attacks or attachments. I can't control what they go and do after they leave my presence. So when you guys are doing readings for people, don't feel like you have this obligation to protect or heal them forever. It's something that a lot of us do think about, and we feel bad, sometimes when somebody comes back to us and says, well, you healed me or you protected me, but there's something else that happened. Well, of course something else happened. Maybe you weren't careful enough to sustain your protection or your healing. Maybe you went and engaged in risky behaviors or risky activities which caused new pain, new spiritual attacks. So seekers don't really think about that. Seekers think that there's a miracle pill or a miracle cure, where if it's a one-session deal, then they will be completely okay forever. No. And for you who are, getting into spiritual development, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad when seekers come to you and they go and, get in trouble. You think about doctors, like medical doctors. We go see them for some type of illness, and then sometimes for example, the flu, right? Let's talk about the flu. We get a flu, we go to the doctors, they give us medicine, we come back, we take it, we're good, and then we might be around sick kids, then we might catch the flu again. Well, that's not. So basically the main message is, the doctors are there for as a resource. Okay, they can't totally give us some type of a miracle immune system that's going to block all diseases. And doctors probably feel the way we feel as spiritual healers. Sometimes they will probably feel bad that their clients keep coming back to them because they haven't fully cured them. But in all reality, we can't do things forever as far as like healing and protection, because it's also the responsibility of the seeker to sustain that healing and that protection. Okay. All right. Well, I hope this makes sense for you guys, and that's it for today. I will talk to you guys very soon. Take it easy. Bye.